It's Nikki of Nikki's Homemade Crafts, and today I'm going to teach you part 1 of the jewelry mystery crochet along. I am so excited, especially because it comes with prizes. Let's go through how you have a chance to win prizes first, because I have this feeling you're interested in that. Then we go through the materials really quickly, as well as the pattern, where to find it, and then we'll start right away with the pattern. Are you ready? All right, let's talk about the prices first. So you're going to see right here, I have a list of how you have a chance to win the prizes. There will be 12 winners in the end, and there's going to be 3 winners per section. Okay, so let me explain. The very first 3 are coming directly from those who sign up for the mystery crochet along. Have you? My feeling is because you're here, you probably have. Fingers crossed you have. You need to make sure it's your full name and email address. All you have to do is sign up. No purchase necessary, nothing. Just need to be part of the mystery crochet along, meaning you sign up for it. There's a link down below in case this is the first time you're hearing about it. Go sign up. You're automatically entered into the giveaway, okay? Then I will be pulling 3 winners from that at the end. I'll talk about that later. The next section is going to be for you to watch all 3 videos. There's 3 parts in this mystery crochet along. You need to watch all 3 of them and answer the question at the very end. Once you've done that, meaning left a comment down below for all 3 videos and you watch them all till the end, don't skip. That's not going to help you. Plus, you actually support the designer in this case if you are watching till the end and you watch multiple in a row. Did you know that? That's how you can support us. Anyways, once you do that, you're automatically entered into that part of the giveaway. Make sure you take pictures of each part and post them into the Facebook group called Crocheting with Nikki. We would love to see your progress. Anyways, the next one is very easy too. Finish all 3 parts of this mystery crochet along and post your final image into the Facebook group called Crocheting with Nikki by the deadline. And don't forget to use your hashtag. I will be pulling 3 winners from those who've done that and they have no yarn left over, etc., hanging off from their pieces. Then you're all good to go on that, and then you're also automatically entered into the giveaway. The last 3 from the 4th section is you simply need to show up to the party. The party is April 22nd at 12 p.m. Pacific time. Show up for that. At the end, we have literally live questions right there. If you can answer those, we'll pull a random winner from those who answer the questions live. And there we go. We have 12 winners in the end. So make sure you follow all of them, and they're all super duper easy, and you have a chance to win some awesome prizes. Yay! Okay, so let's go to the next section. You have the ability to get the pattern. Once you signed up, you'll get some links, and you probably have gotten this link right here from that if you signed up, and you will have the written information on my website, free to view. It does come with ads, and it's not printable. Once the pattern's also available on Ravelry and Etsy, you can purchase the PDF separately there, but you can also get it in the Crochet Club. The Crochet Club has a lot to offer. It comes with more than 600, yes, 600, more than that, ad-free, printer-friendly patterns, a huge community, and lots of extra perks, including 6 to 7 virtual meetups every single month. So if you want to join us in the Crochet Club, this pattern and future patterns are included in that membership. It is so much fun to be part of TCC. Anyways, but if you just want to view the free to view version, just hop over to my blog. The link is down below in the description, and you're good to go on that. That is going to be for all 3 parts exactly the same way. Now let's talk about the materials, because that's also the same for all 3 parts. Let's go. So I'm going to be using this red yarn right here, which is We Crochet's gloss yarn in a DK weight. You do not have to use the gloss yarn if you don't want to. I do recommend using DK weight for this. And it doesn't have to be the same yarn weight. This happened to be merino wool and silk. I don't care really whether it is what it is. You need to be comfortable with it. It is jewelry, so whatever makes you comfortable. It could be cotton yarn, it could be acrylic yarn. Just make sure it's DK yarn. Now we're also going to use a little bit of green. I do not happen to have green for DK. I used a yarn that is technically a worsted weighted yarn, but it was the perfect green, and it's more on the thinner side of the worsted weight category. So it's closer to the DK, and it should be okay, especially because I'm using a 2.5 millimeter crochet hook. So it should be fine. So we're not using too much of this. And so if you don't have a lot of it, it's fine. Just use whatever green you want. I do recommend using green for this 100%. Any type of green yarn is fine. That is DK or worsted on the thinner worsted side. And this, as I said, DK yarn, you can switch it out in different colors. You'll see in a second what type of colors you probably want to be picking for this. But again, it can totally be like pink, purple, yellow, maybe blue. I don't know. You'll see in a second what part 1 is going to be like, so you have roughly an idea of what colors you should be picking. Okay, now the one more last thing besides, you know, pair of scissors, tapestry needle, etc., right? You're also going to need some kind of earring clips, or depending on what you want to call them. I just call them DIY earrings. So there's different types. This one is just a clip-on. There's also some where you have to sew it on to a ring. Really, whatever works best for you. I like these clip-ons, so you just bend these open. You can use, you know, pliers. You can use a pair of scissors to squeeze them open, and then all you have to do is put your yarn in between and then squeeze them together. I'll show you later what I mean by that, so that you have an idea on how to put these together. Okay, so let's actually get started with part 1. You're going to use the red yarn first. You're going to start with a chain of 25, and then you're going to start from the 3rd chain from the hook. So let me make a chain of 25. Here we go. And there we go. I have a chain of 25. Start from the 3rd chain from the hook, and you're going to crochet 5 double crochet stitches right into that stitch. So once you've done that, you're going to have a little bit of a shell stitch. Okay, so that is actually what we're going to do, is we're going to make a shell stitch. And there we go. I have 5. Okay, so once you have 5, you're going to skip a chain, and in the next stitch or chain, you're going to crochet 1 single crochet stitch. Now keep in mind, I like to go in a back bump because I find it prettier that way, but I don't think it matters in this case. So you do you, go in a back loop, go in a back bump, whatever works best for you. I'm just used to crocheting it into the back bump. Little tip on the side. Now after you made your single crochet stitch, you're going to skip 1 stitch, and you're going to repeat this process. So you're going to make again 5 double crochet stitches in the next stitch, and then once you have your 5 done, you're going to skip a stitch, and then you're going to crochet 1 single crochet stitch after that, and skip a stitch again, and then you're going to repeat this process until the end. Once you've done that, it's going to look like this. All right, it's starting to curl, and that's actually what we want. So this is how it's going to look like in the end. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut your yarn. What you're going to do is you're going to cut your yarn roughly a foot or so. It can be a little less. It doesn't have to be accurate, but you just need a little bit of amount, okay? So what you're now going to do is you're going to make a little slip knot of some sort here in the back so it doesn't come undone. By the way, you are finishing it with a single crochet stitch at the very end, just that you know. And you're now going to curl it up, literally spin it up. So you're going to, it doesn't matter where you're starting, whether you're starting on one side or the other, it really doesn't matter as long as you start on one area, and then you're going to use that little bit of a yarn end right here, and then you're going to sew it up. So you need to make sure that you have your yarn end here with a tapestry needle, and then you decide which way you want to roll it up. Now I do recommend having the pretty side on the outside. So this is typically the one that's kind of curled inward, is the pretty side. So you want to see the pretty double crochet area from the outside, but again, it doesn't matter. I prefer that because this side right here is the wrong side. Okay, so I like to curl that inward, so I I see the pretty side on the outside and the other side on the inside. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to roll this up. I like to roll up from one side. That is not where the yarn is. Literally just roll it up like this. And then what you end up with is a pretty cute little rose. Okay, now you're going to hold all of that together, and then you're going to sew back and forth until everything holds in place. Okay, so you literally just take your yarn and you're going to, or your tapestry needle, you're going to hold everything to make sure nothing comes undone. So usually I just squeeze it together, and wherever my yarn end is, I just go through back and forth and sew it together until it's nice and tight and doesn't come undone. Make a knot somewhere, and then you're good to go. And then we're going to work on the next part. And then let's go into the next part that requires some green. Use your green and make a chain of 9. Now you're going to start from the second chain from the hook, and you're going to crochet a single crochet stitch. Now in the next stitch, you have 1 stitch per stitch. You're going to do a half double crochet stitch. Then you're going to do a double crochet stitch. And then you're going to do a triple crochet stitch. Like so. Now you're going to make a chain of 3. 1, 2, 3, and you're going to slip stitch into that same stitch that you made the triple crochet stitch in. Now you're going to work your way backwards of what you just did on this side. So you're going to start with a slip stitch into the next stitch and a chain of 3, because we want to make it nice and even. Now you're going to make a triple crochet stitch in that same stitch. Then you have a double crochet stitch in the next stitch, a half double in the following, and a single in the very last one. Once you're done with that, you're going to have these cute little 2 leaves. You're going to put your rose right on top, and you sew all of it nice together. And then you're just going to add your little bit of a clip to it. So let me show you that clip again. So you're going to take this clip like this, if you're using the same one. Otherwise, you know, adjust accordingly. You can take a pair of scissors and put them in between and kind of spread them apart, just like I just did, right? You know, far enough away that you can squeeze your yarn kind of in between. That's the goal of it. All right, and then you're just going to put it in and squeeze it together. So let me show you. It's going to look like this, okay? So you can see it right here, how it's holding it nicely together. So I hung it in a way that when I put it in my ear, that the rose is looking forward towards the person looking at you, or in this case, if you look into a mirror, yourself, right? So I literally just clipped it on. So what I did is, once I have it like this, I'm going to pretend I didn't put it on here yet, right? You're going to roll it here back and forth until it's kind of holding in place, and then you just squeeze it together with your fingers or with a plier or something, right? And just squeeze it together. Be aware that these, you know, little nodules right here are coming together, but they're not supposed to be like breaking off or anything. So be careful when you squeeze it together. You just want to make sure it's holding tight and doesn't come off. So you want to, you know, squeeze it enough together that they are not coming apart, and it's holding nicely in place. So this is how it looks like. I literally just sewed it back and forth between the rows to make everything nice and tight and it doesn't come undone, the rolling part. And then I just sewed the green leaves onto it so that they're kind of hanging off. And then you're going to make a second piece, because of course this is a pair. So you want to have 2 of them, right? And then you're just going to be able to clip it right into your ear. So if I take one of my earrings off right now so I can show you. And it's gonna hang down. Super duper cute. How adorable is this? I love it. By the way, there's also earrings where you can literally just have it one of those, you know, stick ones where you just push it through. You can also attach that in the back of your rose if you rather not have it hanging down, but you actually want it directly on your earlobe. That works too. I really like how this looks like. It's super cute. It makes a great gift for Mother's Day, by the way. Isn't that so pretty? I really, really like it. It turned out so good. So anyway, so this is how these earrings look like. Super duper adorable. So this is one of them. This is how they both look like. Isn't that so pretty? I really like it. So this is part one of the jewelry mystery crochet along. We made a set of rose earrings. How cute and adorable. So now all you got to do is take a picture of your part one once it's finished and post it into the Facebook group called Crocheting with Nikki with this hashtag that you see here on the screen. So make sure you use that so that way we can find you and celebrate you and cheer you on that you did part one. Yay! I am so excited for you. And don't forget, we are giving away prizes. So as long as you do all the things that you're supposed to be doing for all the parts, then you are good to go on and being entered into the giveaway automatically. So yay! You have one question to answer for part one. And my question to you is, let me know in the comments, is simply what yarn did you use and what colors did you pick? That is going to be one answer pretty much. Put those together, meaning what yarn brand or what yarn did you pick for this project, as well as the colors. Let us know in the comments for part one so that you qualify for the giveaway for that part. And don't forget, in a couple of days, you're going to get access to part two. You don't know yet what we're going to do, but I will tell you we're going to use the same yarn and the same hook. So as long as you have enough of that, you should be good. Now, don't forget to like, comment, and share this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on the bell to get a notification next time I publish a video or go live. I hope to see you in part two. Until then, bye-bye.